What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to more Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker HD Edition. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stealth walkthrough. So we've just finished mission number 2, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and move on. First thing I'm always going to show you before we get into the actual mission is a little bit of Mother Base so you guys can see what you need to do. So we've got some new things to set up. We've got some new staff. Let's go ahead and view the mess hall tutorial. You will need to supply sufficient provisions according to the size of your Mother Base staff. Your current food supply is represented by food in the upper right of the screen. When food is greater than 100%, soldiers' morale will rise, enabling soldiers to perform beyond their natural abilities. On the other hand, if food is below 100%, morale will fall. If morale falls too low, soldiers will defect and ultimately leave Mother Base. Assigning adequate staff to the mess hall team will ensure that everyone receives ample provisions. This concludes the tutorial. So what we need to do is obviously put new stuff. See, we got a bunch of new people in here. All these are new. They all have different strengths. You can see the ones that have a better mess hall than others. So we're going to go down the list here. I am looking at actually you can view it in a different way. You can view it this way. You can see where mess hall is. It's the one that looks like a fork and a knife, I guess. E. You can see they all have pretty low when it comes to mess hall. E's about the best that there is right now. And you can even see how they've got bigger GMP points because depending on how high their levels are. In the beginning, I'm not too worried about it. Now, once I start using the analyzer, then that is when I will definitely choose who I put where and what. But for right now, it's not too big of a deal because we're still in the very, very beginning. You pick up some new weapons. Alright, so this is our new mess hall team, and you can see that they actually don't have too bad of stats for what it comes to it. So right now our food percentage is 111%. We just need to get more people and of course give them better stats. So we got an R&D team, combat unit, which will slowly start to build these guys up as well. Alright. Probably go ahead and a good option to save here, just to make sure that we're good. So, for those of you that do not know, for those of you wondering, I am going to be doing a walkthrough for Metal Gear Solid 5 on PS4 and PC. So, if you, depending on which one you want to watch, it's definitely, each one is going to be stealthy, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that. But we're going to go ahead and get into our next mission. Alright, ladies and gents, here we go. It is time to move on with our next mission. This will be mission number 3. I count the opening and investigate the supply settlement mission number 1, 2, and 3. So it looks like we're going to be pursuing Amanda. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the walkthrough, and let's do it.
The direction Amanda's Sandinistas were going corresponds to the location of the next outpost, a supply depot. We should be able to make contact with her there. Can I ask you a favor, Snake?
If you ask nicely.
To make MSF bigger, we need to do some recruiting.
Yeah. What's your point?
I want you to avoid killing enemy soldiers as much as possible and send them back using Fulton recovery. Not much we can do with a corpse except give it a funeral.
Obviously.
Put him to sleep, knock him out, hold him up even. And if you do have to fight, try to leave them near death instead of dead.
And then use the Fulton recovery system. Sounds easy enough.
You know what'd be really nice, though? If we had a way to Fulton recover anybody at any time. To get to your next objective, you'll need to backtrack along the way you came for a bit. Don't get too comfortable just because you know the terrain. The enemy knows you're out there now. They'll be out in greater force than before. Proceed with caution. Refrain from using firearms unless absolutely necessary.
Looks like I'll have to cross the river.
Yeah. There's a suspension bridge you can use. It's the only way across. You'll have to be a little creative to keep from being spotted.
So, I cross the bridge, go through the swamp, and come to a banana plantation.
complete with its own factory by the looks of it. It's going to feel a lot different moving through that area compared to the forest. Stay on your toes.
Got it.
Also, you may encounter Sandinista prisoners along the way. Try and save as many as you can with Fulton recovery.
I'll keep an eye out.
This is a tropical rainforest, just like Bosque del Alba. The temperature and humidity can be brutal. El Senegal means place of mud.
No, mud. Great. I'll watch my step.
This area often gets flooded by the river. There are canals here and there carved out by water.
Good places to hide.
But they will also make it harder for you to see. Be careful, Snake. There should be a suspension bridge around there.
In lowlands like this?
The ground nearby is harder and higher than usual. The river cut through it, eventually creating a valley. There might be another way to get across the river somewhere.
I wouldn't want to run into someone on the bridge.
The valley tends to be misty, so you might not be able to see the water from up there. Fall and it will leave more than a bump.
I'll be careful.
When a river floods an area, the banks can collapse, creating a marsh. You see a lot of them around here.
I'll need to watch the noise my feet make in El Senegal.
There is a marsh on the other side of the river too. The suspension bridge will take you there. The river running through here is Rio del Jade, or the Jade River.
Jade? Are there minerals around here?
No, it refers to the color of the water. You will have to go to Guatemala for jade.
Doesn't look all that pretty from where I'm standing.
We are still in the rainy season, so the river is a little muddy. It will return to normal once the dry season starts. Rivers are an important means of transport around here. They are relatively calm, and there are plenty of canals along the coast too.
A boat would be more than enough to transport some good-sized cargo.
Like a nuclear weapon.
We don't know enough yet. I'll keep looking.
Thank you, Snake. There's a lot of banana cultivation along Costa Rica's Caribbean coast. The area is dotted with banana plantations. Bananas have been Costa Rica's main crop since they were introduced from Panama in the 19th century. They bring in a fair amount of foreign currency.
A real fruta de oro, huh?
See, but exporting all those bananas require a ton of land.
Hence all the plantations.
Clearing all that forest just to grow bananas robs animals of their habitats. I do not know how good that is for Costa Rica in the end.
Alright, ladies and gents, here we go. Finally going to go into the mission now, pursue Amanda. So let's check out our mission prep. We're going to go with Snake, Tiger Stripe. We've got a level 2 Mark 22 now, which means we have more suppressor durability, so this is going to be a lot easier. So it's always good to go and do the missions first, that way you can rank up some of your equipment, and then you can go back and do them with things to be a little bit easier for you. So we've got smoke grenades as well as stun grenades that you're going to be able to pick up on this level. I will tell you where they are. However, since we're going for an S rank, we're not going to be able to see them because we've already completed the level. I've got the analyzer. I believe that's ranking up to number 2 right now. We're just still kind of waiting. We got the Fulton system rank number 2 as well. So we're not really going to be using the analyzer just yet because these are still low-level enemies, and we're just going for quantity over quality right now because that's about all you can do. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go and get into it. Again, I'm going to guide you through this on how to complete S ranking, what you need to do. You got a little bit of leeway, but I would say you need to be under 4 minutes in order to complete this S ranking. I'm sure there's probably a little bit more that you could do, but the slowest that I did it was at around 4 minutes, and I was still able to achieve S rank. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and it's go time. Alright, ladies and gents, picking up right where we left off in the previous mission, we got some enemy soldiers coming in. However, you don't have to worry about them. Also, you can pick up the stun grenade development plan if you look at this ladder and head up there.
They've got reinforcements coming.
You're able to get there really fast and then come back before the enemies are actually even able to see you. So make sure you just do it quick enough if you want to pick that up right now. However, you can always go back. You can pick it up the first time when you're not going through an S ranking and then come back like I'm doing right now and then go for your S rank. But you definitely want those stun grenades. As soon as he starts moving, you're good. That way he doesn't see. Make sure you switch over to the Fulton. We're not using the analyzer just yet because all these enemies are still very, very low, but you want to pick up as many as you can so we can build our mother base more and more. It's a lot of tedious things to do in the beginning of this game, but once it gets into the harder missions, it definitely becomes more challenging.
Amanda went across that rope bridge. Hurry.
As you can see, we have a lot more suppressor rounds to work with,
Not enough
so you don't
room.
have to worry as much.
We'll keep it here at the base.
Snake, try to make contact with Amanda.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed on board. You might be able to get past the enemy by hanging from the bridge. Press the action button near the bridge's handrail to hang.
Alright, so 2 more sections to go. This next section will actually be right kind of where we were on the other side of the previous mission, the little jungle area with the water. As you can see, even the guards are there again. You can actually go that way on this mission too, but we didn't because we wanted to bypass those soldiers. So,
Fulton
I mean,
recovery helicopter is complete.
I wish getting an S rank didn't revolve a lot around your time. I wish it was more based off of just your skill, not being seen, things like that, which it does factor in a little bit, but time is very important in order to get that S rank in, for at least in this game.
Careful now. They might be holding FSLN soldiers prisoner.
And don't fear, even though we only have 2 Fulton left, we're going to be able to pick up some more right here. Now, this is my specific route that I found to be the fastest while still being able to pick up everybody, so
Press the
you
action
can mix it
button
up.
in front of a prisoner to take them to Mother Base using the Fulton recovery system.
There's only 1 more enemy left, and we have 1 more prisoner left. This way you can come kind of back around in a little circle. Pick up your love box. And then swing back around and get this guy.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
So there was still 1 more that we could do. You could probably go back and maybe pick up someone else, but there's really no reason to, and you'll probably lose your S rank and taking too much time. But I'm even taking time off by getting these things. But again, I'm not going for a speed walkthrough. I'm just going for an S ranking.
Looks like there's no way around him. You up for this, Snake?
To be continued in the next mission. Alright, so you can see we got 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Now that's because I played the cinema at the end, which will take off another like 30, 40 seconds or so. But if I can have the cinema being played while I'm doing the walkthrough, then and still be able to complete the S rank, and then I'll go for that. If not, if I see that I got an A or something like that, then I'll go back and take off the cinema and then add it later into the video. That way you guys can still see the story. But again, if you don't want to worry about cinemas, you know, your first time through, you're just completing the mission. And the next time you go through it, you can skip the cinemas to get that better score. So obviously I would have had a lower score, but again, I'm not going for the fastest time, so this is not what that walkthrough is about. It's about to show you where you can pick up all the items and still achieve an S ranking. So it's going to be a challenge for me, and hopefully I'll be able to do it, but this is definitely going to be one of my most extensive walkthroughs on the channel so far, and hopefully you guys will appreciate that. So again, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If there's anything I could do to improve the videos, please let me know in the comments below, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, bitch. bridges.